My master used to say, that horses were trained. They just teach us the way they like to be ridden. You can train a horse out of fear, any animal actually, out of anything you want. You can train him with love, you can train him with fear, you can train him with all the nuances between those, and you can train them by pain. You can train them all sort of ways. If you have a good relation with your horse, everything is going to be easy. At the very beginning, I let them really free, and if they want to jump up and down and do a little something stupid, I think it's great. I think it's good, it's healthy. They are alive and they are kicking and they do their little thing, and then they know that when it's over, then they start working and everything is good. It's going to be fine. Therefore, it's very much like an athlete warm-up, very, very much. Something that I have to say about that is that it should not be pushed to the extreme. A lot of people consider warm-up when they sit on the horse, they put the horse in the wrong position, and they say, well, I'm warming up my horse. Well, you have to warm up the correct muscle. If you warm up the wrong muscle, those muscles are going to fight you when they are warmed up, and you don't want that. That's why the lunging allows you to warm up the horse in the correct position, which is the balanced position. And that way, when you sit on the top of him, he's all ready for you to do anything you want because he's in a good position. If you will trot a horse from the top, for example, in the wrong position, not on the bit, when you're going to sit on him and start working him, he's going to say, I don't want to, because he has all this wrong muscle on the bottom of his neck who are going to be tight because you just warm them up. And then because they are warm up, they are going to be able to fight you then later on. So it's very important that when you warm up your horse, you warm it up in the correct position. Or you do like 5 or 6 circles free that they can do whatever they want, and then after that you put them in the correct position, which is what we call the on the beat position. They give you their mood when you start. If they are not in a good mood, or if they have something that hurts, can happen. They have been rolling in their stalls, or they have been sleeping in the wrong position. They come out of the stall and they got stiff because they had something little wrong, and you could see it. You could determine also how the horse use every single leg, and they change. They're like people, they compensate, They have one leg is good, and then they put their good leg up and then bad leg down, and so forth, so on. Therefore, you can see all those things. Therefore, that you are going to do Western or jumping or dressage or polo or anything, lunging is really fundamental. And it's a very easy way for you to help your visualization, because you're going to see your horse through the movement in front of your eyes. Therefore, that's going to help you to know exactly what you want later on. It's always interesting to start with what you generally see the horses do when people don't lunge properly. What a very necessary thing for your lunging is to have your horse forward. For you are going to see the horse looking around to the right, looking around to the left, being kind of thinking about something else. Why is he something about something else? Because I'm not thinking about him, okay? For if I'm not thinking about him, if I am not projecting my mind, if I don't have any pictures in my head of what I want, my horse obviously has a jolly good time doing absolutely nothing. And he would look around and he will think about what's happening in the world like he's just at the end of the rope, if I can say that. Now, sometimes, he will even stop. Therefore, we will tell him to go forward a little bit by moving the whip. Here we go. And then we will go into a little trot. And you will see the horse just doing the same thing, just putting his nose up and putting his nose down, and basically just not really going to work. Why again? Because I don't have anything in my head right now. It's just like if I had if I was lunging a little dog and not having anything to do with anything. Therefore, you can see how lazy he is behind. He put his nose up. He's not in a round attitude. Sometimes he goes down. Sometimes he goes up. Sometimes he looks around. Sometimes he stops. And we go to forward again. And it's just not. It's not a working situation. It's not something that is going to be very productive. what we need to do is to have a horse going forward. Therefore, how to do this? Well, always use the same thinking. Just thinking what you want to do, which is a little more trot, like I want, a little canter, and have the horse going forward. Oh, that's it. And suddenly, you are going to see the horse who's a little bit more serious, trying to use himself. And you are going to see the stride getting better. He's going to play a little bit in his walk, in his trot, in his canter. Oh, as you can see, he's a little bit disunited here, meaning that he was not cantering truly behind. And then he is starting to move a little better. Better means that the stride get a little longer. Still, he's not on the bit the way we would like to have him. You can regulate the timing of your lunging depending on what you see. If your horse goes very well one day and he's fine, you don't need to lunge him for half an hour. He's fine, you just go right on him. One day where he would be a little bit upset about something or something will not go well, then you would do a little more lunging that day. For you need to be flexible when you deal with an animal or what you deal with a human being. Is you have to take the way it goes. If you need more lunging that day, well, you need more lunging that day. But that would guarantee the success of your riding afterwards. All right, now we are going to show you how to lunge him properly. As you could see, I just wake him up a little bit, and now we are going to get a real forward motion. We are going to get a little canter. We're going to get a little trot, we'll get a little walk, whatever we wish, but with the determination of the picture of what we want, visualization of what we want. Little canter here, you see the horse naturally with more impulsion start to get around her. Oh, now we go back to trot, exactly. And then he start to think about what he wants to do now, because I got a picture in my head of the trot that I want. You are going to see the activity of the hindquarters going into the print of the front leg, and we are seeing the horse a little bit paying more attention to me. Not quite what we want yet, but better. Keep it present in your mind, whatever else is happening. Because sometimes you have a picture, as we know, and it doesn't happen. Okay, well, you should not say, oh, well, obviously it doesn't work. I don't visualize. No, that's not true. You have to keep visualizing, feeling the same thing of what you want, ask him the same way what you want, having the same picture, using the same language, the same thing, and then progressively the horse is going to go to that picture. People get frustrated because it's not instant. They get frustrated because it doesn't work all the time, but they have to understand that they have to stay with it. Then you get better at it, and the acceptance of sometime having it not work is as important as when it's working. Because at that moment, there was little something that did not happen because the horse was distracted, or you were distracted, or you were not 100% there. And then after 2 or 3 strides, well, little something go wrong. Lack of balance, lack of impulsion, little something go wrong. Therefore, progressively, the movement go down the drain. And a little problem comes, so then the horse stops or does something. Well, instead of paying very little attention to what's happening, but focusing on your original picture of what you wanted, like nothing never happened, which is going to be, after 2 or 3 strides, the horse is going to go back into the picture you wanted. Suddenly you stop your visualization, you say, well, I have a problem now, my horse just stopped, and suddenly, guess what? You have a monstrous problem there, because you cut your visualization, you stop your consistency, you stop your vision. Therefore, whatever happened, keep thinking the same. As simple as rhythm, for example. The rhythm is as simple as it's music, nothing to do with horses. It's just the metronome, the tempo, the rhythm of what you want, and whatever happened, keep that rhythm. Now the horse is going to, by lack of balance or something, is going to change that rhythm. In your mind, keep the same rhythm. And after a few strides, the horse will go back to the rhythm if you keep it. If you lose it because he lost it, you lost everything. Therefore, the consistency in the visualization, in the practice, is very important. Whatever happens, keep thinking the same thing.